Okay, nothing turns me on more than a man that can use his words in the right way. This is like the biggest turn of them all, but I'm not really here to talk about BDSM today. We can cover that in another topic another time, but I am here to talk about how you as a man can harness the power of your words to lead an anxious partner, to have her feel safe and adore you. I truly believe that fundamentally it is up to us to navigate and work through our own triggers. But as a people pleaser whose ultimate fear is like rejection and abandonment, and everything to do with love seems conditional on how you act and how you are, sometimes you just need a little bit of backup, a little bit of reassurance. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to support your partner who may be a people pleaser or anxious. And you also might be the female here who is feeling that. This is also really handy for you to show your partner. And it's talking about what to say when they are in full panic and shutdown mode. And I'd love for you to try them out and post in the comments how either your partner reacted or you reacted with him using these. I am using the context of he and she for masculine and feminine energy. However, this is perfectly acceptable to be using in any type of relationship. It just makes it easier for me to talk about, but please do on female, female, male, male. Totally understand. We're talking about who has the dynamic of more masculine and feminine energy, and obviously who is the people pleaser and who is not. Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm the founder of She Feels Heard, and I help you heal people pleasing and thrive in love, in life, and within yourself. And I love to do these particular videos because we can talk about how you as a partner can support her healing too. I do a lot of work around how women can heal themselves, but I think we kind of get stunted at a certain point. And I truly believe that having someone trigger you and push you to that next level and help rebuild the safety that you've never had around love is just phenomenal. And that's why I want to do a couple of these videos, and I really hope that you do enjoy them. Please let me know in the comments if you want me to make more. So today I'm talking about the 7 things your pleaser partner will love to hear anytime you're in conflict. And as I said earlier, there's just nothing sexier than a man who knows what to say in the heat of the moment to cool me down. Like, I don't know about you, but I just think it's just so hot. Anyway, we'll go on to that another time, like I said. But seriously, focusing. These are going to really help you calm or de-escalate a heated discussion, as it provides a level of safety for your partner and reassurance. So it'll kind of increase your chances of a rational and successful conversation. And I know that's what you want. I know you don't want one of these big, long discussions and all the things you have to listen to. I know you want a solution, and that's fine. You're more likely to get that if the female energy is rational, right? And she's calm and she's in her prefrontal cortex, not in her panic mode. So when she gets like that, your job is not to solve the problem or to be right. We come back to, we need to calm. And if she's struggling to do that yourself, these are some really great ways that you can support her. Of course, it can become complicated and it's not a quick fix, but being a pleaser and anxious attacher myself, especially more since my ex-husband's affair, I definitely get a lot more insecure about trusting people's word. I really feel a lot of relief when I hear these affirmations because it brings me back to my reality. Like, it reminds me that people are willing to work things out with me and that they care enough to stay and that they care enough about me and myself too. It's not just them putting themselves first, right? So I do a lot of work around myself, and I'll obviously help women with that as well. And I will post another video later on how to personally do it yourself if you're not getting that from obviously a partner. But this video is for the partners who really do want to see their partner feel safe and loved by them. And this video is also for pleasers listening, because I know it can be really hard to hear this in the middle of survival mode and when you're so triggered. So I really want you to do the work to listen out for these statements. Like, it shows that he really does care, and it's providing healing for you. So you need to let it in. It's going to be hard. You might not hear it, and you need to work on trusting it. And if actions align, of course, not just the words, but you see the actions too. But it is going to be hard to hear, and you definitely may miss it. But I want you to be as aware as possible. And guys, if she does miss it, I would kind of recommend you kind of like repeat it until she does, or paraphrase as you get more advanced. That's like, the next level. But for now, I would just kind of say, I know that, but, and repeat the sentence. So I'll go over that in just a minute. So let's get into the 7 statements that she will love to hear. That's just going to cool her right down with your spicy words. So number 1 is, I love you for who you are, not just what you do for me or others. This validates their intrinsic value, not just what she provides or how much she can give. This also gives her reassurance that love and happiness are not conditional upon her consistent giving or sacrificing, right? I know this is something I've experienced in the past. Don't do it my way. I'm not happy with you. I'll find someone else, or I'll manipulate you to get it. A healthy relationship should want to discuss, negotiate, and find the middle ground that works for you both. And by saying this, you're giving that reassurance that that love isn't conditional. A really great one. Number 2, I'm here to support you, not take advantage of your kindness. Really links in with the manipulation I just talked about. It's reassuring them that their kindness is valued and that they don't have to give more than what they have capacity for or what they're comfortable with. Again, just to be loved or not abandoned, right? Number 3 is, I want to work this out with you. I'm not going anywhere. This is one of my personal favorites. I'm not going anywhere. Please add this to your toolkit. Expressing your true feelings and needs as a pleaser, asking just for the bare minimum, was really, really scary. And it can be met with feeling too needy, too much, or inconvenient, both internally and externally, with the threat that, they could find someone else that's easier or better. So I'll just keep quiet. I'll just, sit back and accept this. And I think when you're saying I'm not going anywhere, even when you want to have a hard conversation, even when you bring things up that I'm uncomfortable with, it's such a great way to build trust and safety, and a safe place to communicate, which is just going to literally see her melt like butter into that of okay, so he's not going anywhere, so I'm safe to express myself, and that's not going to scare him off somewhere. Again, we can rebuild things in our mind. It may scare him, it may have all these negative side effects, but that is what I coach in my other part of what I do. Today we're just talking about 2 people that really do want to make it work. Number 4, I'm proud of you when you take care of yourself. I like hearing this because it really is a positive reinforcement. It's encouraging self-care as something that isn't just valuable to that person. It's also saying it's valuable to me as your partner, because I want to see you happy. I want to see you thrive. And when you do that, taking care of yourself makes me feel happy too, because at the end of the day, a pleaser really wants to make you happy, and they think doing it all for you is actually how to achieve that, when actually someone that really loves and cares for you loves seeing you do what you love. And I know I get this from my kids, so it just makes total sense. Unfortunately, the patterns in your head just can get a little bit out of whack sometimes, but I always positively reinforce them when they're doing things that they love and that they're enjoying things. So I think, yeah, do more of that. Do more of what brings you joy in life. And when I see you happy like that, it just brings me so much joy, especially as an empath. So we're always going to want to see other people being happy, and to know that it makes our partner happy for us to take care of ourselves is just such an odd experience, such a new experience, but it's so great to hear. Just so great to hear. And we'll start feeling proud of ourselves for doing that, right? And start prioritizing, because the healthier we are, the healthier we can turn up in the relationship. So that is a really great one. Number 5 is I care about how that makes you feel. Validating a pleaser's feelings is very healing. After years of suppressing their own emotions and saying, I'm fine to everything, and no, I'm all good. Hearing those words are very powerful. But understand it may take a fair while for them to actually believe you, as it's definitely not something they're used to. But again, very, very powerful to encourage them to feel their feelings and feel they're in a safe space with you to do so. Number 6 is I love you even when we disagree. So again, she's conditioned that unless she submits or forgoes her wants, needs, and desires, she won't be loved or cared for. So that is a really real programming internally. So this statement reassures that your love doesn't change when you disagree. I say this to my kids all the time as well. This is, I love how it's always expansive into other areas and other relationships. I say to them, even when I'm mad at you, I still love you. Or even when I'm upset at you, and not at you, and I say that, but even when I'm upset with your behavior, I still love you. Like, your behaviors do not affect the amount of love that I'm ever going to have for you. It does make me dislike you, and it does make me frustrated, but I love you enough to want to work this out, right? And so when they hear that, it's like, oh, the love doesn't change, but the likability changes and the compatibility changes. So that can be worked through, right? And so when she feels safe in the love area, she's more able to rationally find solutions for the other parts. So when she's really heightened in emotion and in survival mode and during conflict, that is a great one to disarm her. Number 7, our lucky last, your needs matter. No, we've got 9. I don't know why I said 7. We have 9. So number 7 is your needs matter as much as mine. And this emphasizes their desires, their boundaries, their self-care is, again, just as important. They definitely probably argue back, but do be patient and keep reminding her very softly. Like I said earlier, you might want to repeat that or paraphrase it. Personally, I have always felt my needs come last and just forego them for everyone else, like they don't matter. So to hear that they matter, especially in a male capacity, genuinely matter is just really healing, and I've witnessed a lot of women go through that. Number 8, you don't need to explain yourself to me all the time. So letting them know that they don't have to justify or over-explain every decision they make or every boundary that they set. You just respect her decisions and choices. And if not, you'll speak up and say something and have a conversation around it. That builds such a level of trust and respect in your relationship. I cannot recommend that one enough. And number 9, I want you to feel comfortable saying no, even though it's difficult. You guys know I do a lot of work around saying no and setting those boundaries. And I think one thing that's really difficult for pleasers is to say no to their partner. Because, again, it just goes back to that safety. If I'm not with them, I feel unlovable, anxious attachment. It will just feel really, really yuck. And so knowing that it's safe to say no and yes to yourself or yes to something else that you need to do and they're not going anywhere is just, it's really, 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 really soothing. So acknowledging that it might be hard for her, but assuring her that it's okay and that it's necessary. It is a really, really great way to help her redo boundaries, work with boundaries, and have a really healthy relationship between you. So I hope you find this helpful. I have dropped a link in the comment with all the one-liners I've mentioned today, plus a few more I didn't have time to cover. As you know, you won't remember all of them straight away. So my advice is to start with 1 work on that, see what happens, and then kind of branch out from there. Like I said, use one, repeat it, paraphrase it, get really good at using one of them, and then expand out, and you can use all of them in different situations and scenarios. She'll literally be blown away with your new skills. Like, she'll be like, what are you saying to me? No one's ever said this to me. What is happening? And you'll start to see a new version of her, and you'll just start to feel really powerful with yourself, to be honest. Like, you'll be like, oh yeah, I've got this. I can diffuse this situation. It's part of your masculine leadership, and it feels really great for you. So I would highly recommend. Plus, you get more peace. I mean, we're not arguing for hours and hours because we don't feel heard, and we're just going round and round. We're like, yeah, but you don't understand me, and all these safety things, and we're trying to solve a problem when actually the problem is safety, right? So this is a quicker way to peace. And I know all you men just want beautiful, peaceful lives, and understanding your woman is part of that. Like, and using your words is a power tool for you. So please take these 9 things, download the worksheet, and start using them in your life, and comment below and let me know how you go. Also, don't forget to subscribe and drop any questions you'd like me to answer below. And for now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week.